Hi all, it's Ali here. I want to bring up the subject of being ill or having a condition. The two are distinctly different. I am getting fed up with hearing even my husband say, oh yeah, Ali hasn't been very good today, or she's not feeling well quite often, or yeah, she's not well. Why am I not well? I'm perfectly well. I have conditions that need managing. Many people on YouTube have, I've seen, have got autoimmune, or they have perhaps depression, or they have, oh, I don't know, they have long term existing conditions. And as we get older, that is something that you have to just put up with to the best of your ability, with a smile on your face, with a sense of humour, and also you just get on with life. If you need to take tablets, like for thyroid, we take tablets. If you've got lupus, you need to lots of rest if when you need it. If you have irritable bowel, you manage the best you can and probably have medication for it from time to time, depending if you're having flare-ups from it. Do you know, there are so many conditions that people walk around that they live with that doesn't make them poorly or ill. And the reason I'm bringing this up is my dad often says, oh, you often visit the doctor, or you always seem to be at the doctor. No, I'm not. This week, I found myself with an excruciating heel. I couldn't even put my foot down at one point. It turns out that I've got plantar fasciitis. Now, anybody that's had that, it's a really weird name, isn't it? But basically, I've got a spur that's grown on the bottom of my foot here, on the just under here. It's a really common condition. Some people suffer with it terribly. I think I've only had one bout, but I didn't even know that's what it was called. I do remember having a sore heel once before, but I didn't know that was what it was called. And clearly, it didn't bother me enough to do anything about. This time it's awful and it's really painful. And I did end up at casualty because I couldn't walk on the put my leg down properly. I did notice that once I got out of bed and got it started, it would feel better. And then by the end of the day, it would be painful again. They gave me an x-ray. He wanted to check. I also was very tight up the back of my calf. Now, I know that what it is. I know that I've just got to live with it for a little while. That doesn't make me ill. I am not ill. I am not poorly. I'm dealing with different conditions. And I tried to explain this to my father. I said, Dad, I'm not ill. I haven't been ill in ages. Ill to me is when you get like a cough or a cold or something that's very short term that if you had pneumonia, say, or bronchitis, or something like that. Having asthma doesn't mean you're ill. It means you're an asthmatic. Having Hashimoto's and thyroid problems, as I do, just means your thyroid doesn't work properly. Having celiac just means you eat wheat free. It doesn't make I'm not ill, you know. Having plantar fasciitis doesn't mean I'm ill. It's a condition. There is ever such a big difference. And when you have conditions, people need to remember, or one should remember, that you have to learn to live with it and not think, oh, poor me, I'm ill. Having depression, when being a sufferer of depression, doesn't mean that you're ill all the time. That depression may come and go. It means you suffer with depression. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're ill all the time. Do you get the difference? For me, I just wanted to make this point. I'm feeling really frustrated this week, and I was frustrated with my husband because he was speaking to his sister on the phone, And he said, well, you know, Ali's not that good. What do you mean I'm not that good? I'm perfectly fine. I've just got this bloody thing on my foot or whatever that's hurting. I'm absolutely fine, bar that. I'm not ill. I'm absolutely fine. So I've had a word with him and I've been quite firm with Dad and said, look, Dad, you may not have arthritis or thyroid or celiac or any of the things that I've got. The thing is, the only reason I have to visit the doctor more frequently than somebody else without a condition is because they won't give you tablets for the condition if you don't go every now and then. Not only that, when the condition is causing me issues, then I need to have a different treatment or to be looked at. So of course I'm going to have more visits to the doctors, but I'm not there all the time and I'm not ill. Trying to explain that to somebody who hasn't, you know, even at 93, you know, has had illnesses, but he's got one chronic illness all the way through his life, you know, and he has to see doctors about that and has done throughout his life regularly. But that doesn't mean he's at the doctor all the time. He's at the doctor's more, this is my father, more than normal. So please, I'm asking, can everybody remember the difference between somebody that has a condition and somebody who is ill? Thanks ever so much. Thanks for your attention. I just needed to vent. Bye.